So we're talking about the great divorce in Taiwan. Brother Asher is here from East London. We're at the London Oud Fest 2023 and the great divorce in Taiwan. What I was saying is that what's being distilled in Taiwan is the same thing that I am distilling in Thailand without any difference whatsoever except in the price. So it's being called Kinam on the basis of it being distilled in Taiwan, and that's it.
That's the only basis?
That's the only basis. So Ensar used to distill his oils at our distillery. He calls those oils Kinam. Therefore, all of our oils are now Kinam. So if we bring in the same materials that made Zaza Zen or Oud Yusuf or Namasoma, for example, or anything, and we distill it in our system, it is automatically qualified to be the same price as a premium Ensar Oud oil, an Oriscent. Why? Because, well, it was distilled by us and it's Kinam now, right? So they're selling for a third of an Oriscent bottle, which is $5,000 for the top-notch Oriscent oils, right? Oils that I am selling for 115 pounds or $140 a bottle. They're selling them for $1,500, 10 times, on the basis that they were distilled in this distillery.
That's the only basis?
That's the only basis. That's the only basis, that they were distilled in the same distillery as the Oriscents. Therefore, now, because they have that DNA of the pot and the water, okay, they qualify to be sold as Kinam, and we are now exclusively Kiara teachers and Sifus who are selling plantation Thai and Chinese agarwood, which is produced by the tons upon tons every month coming out of China. I mean, you have people that have these gallon bottles, gallons upon gallons, and you see them sitting on the floor and they're surrounded. The whole floor is like, there's no tiles, you see only bottles. And that's like the output of the last couple of months. Where is this oil going? Like, what's happening? What is it being used for? This is an industry that is bound to implode and disappear off the face of the planet, because nobody has that level of consumption, and especially not for the type of DNA and aesthetic that is being produced in China, which to most of the oud consuming world, which are the Arabs, doesn't even smell like oud. You show them that, they're like, oh, this is like sandalwood, you know, this CO2 Chinese stuff.
Or sawdust.
It smells like sandalwood, or sawdust is a good comparison, right? So to get back to the Taiwan point, you got $1,500 a bottle for Oud Yusuf. Well, guess what? Because it was distilled in the Oriscent distillery, therefore it qualifies for that price. It commands that price.
Well, who are they aiming at? Who is their market?
It's a micro niche within a micro niche within a micro niche. So there is no market. I mean, you have the Ensar Oud customers, the clientele. Now they can be people anybody from someone who's into artisanal spray perfumes to a rose lover. We had a brother from Kuwait who flew out here. He said to me, you should not only focus on oud, you should keep focusing on rose, because what you've done with rose is unparalleled, and I would love to see many more types of roses from yourself. That's another EO customer. You got people who are into sandalwood. You got people who are into the woods that are you have people who are into Sultan Qaboos's products, like the chips, the oils. And then you have a small segment of the clientele that is into the Oriscents. Okay, so now they're aiming all of that, and they're showing you what they're producing. It's like liters and liters and liters every month, right? And they're showing these liter bottles in pictures and videos that look how many liters we have. Welcome, Ensar Oud customers. buy all of these Oriscents. I mean, how many liters of Oriscent oil do you think I sell in a month? Even if I made it 1/3 the price, which is what they're selling for. Do you think it is even anything close to 1 liter?
No.
Or close to a tenth of a liter? Maybe 100th of a liter. I mean, you're talking minuscule amounts of oil that are being sold to the most astute and seasoned collectors and connoisseurs that really know their oils. Now, do you think that these people are realistically going to fall for a artisanally distilled, organically cultivated Thai distillation, which I can make in Thailand for 1/10 of the price?
That's where it makes no sense, because your market you're aiming it at are the very top oud collectors
In the world. And those type of people, I mean, are they going to care if they're spending, 5,000 on a bottle that's going to last them for 10 years or 5 years in some cases, okay, or if they spend 1,500, if the experience is not the same?
But they'll spot the difference straight away, I'm sure.
Instantly.
Yeah.
It is eminently palpable. How come, if these oils are being distilled in so many liters, okay, and I am already, the closest associate of this distillation cooperative in Taiwan, right? How come I'm not touching them with a 9-foot pole, these oils? Do you think that they would hit the retail market if I had approved of them and had accepted them as products that could be potentially marketed to my client base? They're rejects. Because it's a scam. I mean, we can't lie to people. There's lying is happening here, and these people have no code of ethics to go by other than their bank account. That's what dictates the narrative. That's what's happening. It's like, yeah. I mean, how many jungles are still coughing up Kinam now in our day and age? And how gullible and naive does one have to be to believe that all of these liters of Kinam are being distilled every month, and they just keep popping up, incessantly, unendingly.
I think anybody who sees those bottles would be like, that can't be Kinam. Even the most amateur.
Well, why didn't they do it before?
Yeah.
It's only with the emergence of this huge cultivated wood that's coming out of China now that they're doing that.
Look, in my experience, if you are that top 1%, you develop a relationship with your supplier, and it's purely based on trust.
Yeah.
I trust this person, and I will buy what they have to sell because I trust them. Do you see what I mean?
And these are people that don't mind spending money for the best.
Yeah.
They're not going to go to somebody new just because it's cheaper.
Just because it's cheaper.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, yeah. Because they don't know who these people are.
Yeah. And these people have noses to the extent where they can tell these things right away. And people tell me all the time that they've tried these oils and they're nowhere near. They're not even in the same universe as the Oriscents. They're not even in the same universe. So.
But what is the outlet? I mean, I don't know. Are they selling direct to the public, or do they have suppliers?
Word of mouth. I mean, you got people, word of mouth. You got people on Facebook. You got people on social media. Hey, do you know that this guy, he claims to be the distiller of Oriscent? He's got the same oil for 1,500. Ensar is charging 5,000, 2,500 for some of them. Right? You can save $1,000 from an oil like the Pinoy or any of the non-Vietnamese, non-top tier Kinam oils that are 5,000 and above, right? If you just go to this guy and send him an email and say you want this oil, and then, the irony is that everyone's buying these samples. So he's thinking, the guy is naive, I mean, he's gullible. He's thinking that once they buy the samples, they're going to come back for the liters. That's why he keeps showing the liter bottles.
Yeah.
But all that keeps coming in is sample orders. It's like everybody wants to sample everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a sampling bonanza. Everybody get a little 0.1 or 0.15 or 0.2 or 0.3, and that's their stash for the rest of their life. I mean, they've whetted that curiosity. Yeah. They're not going to come back and buy a liter, brother.
What would they even do with a litre of it? I don't understand, put it in a car? I don't understand what they would do with a litre of it.
Bathe in it.
Yeah.
They're used to the Chinese mentality. The Chinese collector is a very different type of agarwood customer. If he likes the smell, he will want to save in his stash like quite a quantity of it, quite a bit. He'll buy 100 grams, 200 grams, 500 grams, a liter of it, and just stash it away. Okay, but he is targeting the West, the Western consumer, with liters and liters of agarwood oil. And all he's doing is he's selling samples as a result. So he's selling tons of samples, but no one's coming back for the liters, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
Again,
wonder
it
why.
makes no sense.
Yeah.
And the
Makes
only
no
person who could have bought the liters is the one that they declared war against.
Exactly.
Precisely on the basis of not buying those liters. It's like, no, I reject these batches. These are not up to speed for me. This is Oud Yusuf distilled in Taiwan. This is Oud Extraordinaire. You know, what happened to me in China